Apple has once again refreshed the 12-inch Retina MacBook, but on the surface, it seems almost identical to the original. That's not necessarily a bad thing, considering the first 12-inch MacBook featured a super slim and light design, beautiful Retina display, and decent CPU performance. Last year, we compared the 2015 model with the 2016 variant and found almost no differences. So this time, we'll compare the 2017 version, which packs Intel's newest Kaby Lake series processor, with the original. Our 2015 12-inch MacBook has the mid-model processor, which performs almost identically to the base 2016 model, so keep that in mind. After 2 years, we still only get a single USB-C port, which unfortunately lacks support for Thunderbolt 3. To make the situation worse, you can't charge the MacBook without using that single port, meaning you'll need to buy an adapter if you want to connect a USB device while charging. There were many complaints about the keyboard on the original MacBook, which thankfully have been addressed with a switch to second-generation butterfly key switches, offering more key travel and a clickier feel. Visually, the only thing that's changed is a couple of updated logos on the control and option keys. Other than that, it's all internal. The first notable difference is improvements to flash storage speed with 80% faster read speed and over double the write speed. You still get the same 8GB of RAM that the original gets, but it's faster LPDDR3 memory clocked at 1867 MHz, just like the 2016 model. You now have the option of 16 gigs of RAM for an extra $200, but in our opinion, it's not worth the price. Although a very minor change, the new MacBook gets Bluetooth 4.2 over the previous two models, which supported Bluetooth 4.0. The new base MacBook uses a dual-core Intel Core M3 processor, which is clocked at 1.2 GHz, like our 2015 model, but boosts up to 3.0 GHz, 400 MHz faster than our original MacBook. The latest refresh also includes Intel's integrated HD 615 graphics. With these improvements, we decided to run some benchmarks. We saw a 20% improvement in Cinebench R15 CPU benchmark, as well as 50% improvement in the OpenGL score. Geekbench 4 CPU scores improved by 27% and OpenCL scores by 44%. We ran the internet browser benchmark Octane 2.0 and saw a 23% better score. We also ran the popular video gaming benchmark Unigine Heaven on extreme settings and saw a 50% increase. These scores don't factor in thermal throttling, which is an issue for the Retina MacBook since there's no fan to dissipate the heat that comes with higher processor usage. We loop tested Cinebench R15 to see the difference in throttling between this model and our original MacBook and found the thermal throttling lowered scores by 12% on the original 2015 and 8% on the newest version. We also discovered that the temperature limit has been raised to about 100 degrees Celsius on the 2017 MacBook rather than 94 degrees on the original. To see if the extra performance affected battery life, we locked both models in at maximum brightness and ran a 1440p YouTube video in the default Safari browser. After an hour, the 2017 MacBook only lost 13% of its battery, while the 2015 lost 20%. Battery life stayed the same for regular tasks like web browsing. This is where Kaby Lake shines, offering extra performance while not having to sacrifice battery life. The differences may not seem very significant, but with the added improvements, especially much faster storage, it makes for a much smoother and snappier Mac experience. For those who require more performance for heavier tasks, or just want some extra bang for the buck, we highly recommend looking into the similarly priced 2017 MacBook Pro. For more news, reviews, and how-tos, check out appleinsider.com and subscribe to Apple Insider on YouTube.